Part 7. As their quest continues, the player assists Sonya in her research on two legendary Pokemon who saved the Galar region in an ancient crisis called the Darkest Day, and deduces that they are the same Pokemon previously encountered in the Slumbering Weld. After beating all the 8 gym leaders, including Pierce, Marnie's older brother, and the leader of Team Yell, the player makes their way to the Winden, where they win the Champions Cup, earning an opportunity to battle Leon. The next day, before the battle between the player and Leon would commence, Chairman Rose awakened the legendary Pokemon Eternatus in an attempt to harness its power and provide unlimited energy to Galar, purposefully triggering the second Darkest Day. The player and Hop return to Slumbering Weld and secure the aid of the two legendary Pokemon Zacian and Zamazenta to defeat Chairman Rose and Eternatus, after which the player captures Eternatus. 3 days later, the player faces and defeats Leon in a battle and becomes the new champion of the Galar region. And there's a post-game after this. The player and Hop return to Slumbering Weld to return the artifacts of Zacian and Zamazenta to their rightful place. The two also meet Sonya, who became the Galar region's new Pokemon professor. However, they were confronted by Swordward and Shieldbird, the two brothers claiming to be the descendants of the ancient Galarian kings. The two steal one of the relics and begin forcing innocent Pokemon to Dynamax. The player, Hop and Pierce, work with the gym leaders to subdue the Dynamax Pokemon and then track down and confront the brothers. Once both the player and Hop corners the brothers in the Hammerlock power plant, they then explain why they forced many of the innocent Pokemon to Dynamax. They forced the innocents to Dynamax as experiments on what would happen if Zacian and Zamazenta was to be sprinkled with Galar particles. The brothers' ultimate goal is to reveal the true barbaric and brutish nature of these two legendaries, Zacian or Zamazenta, because Sonya thought that the two heroes who stopped the Darkest Day were Pokemon rather than humans. They use the Dynamax energy to drive Zamazenta in the Sword version or Zacian in the Shield version to go berserk, and the player drives them off with the help of Zacian in the Sword version or Zamazenta in Shield version. They then challenge to a battle by these legendary Pokemon and allow them to be captured, while Hop follows Zamazenta and Zacian back to the Slumbering Weld to calm them down, being chosen by it as its traitor. The player and Hop then have one final battle, and after which Hop decides to be a Pokemon professor and becomes Sonya's assistant. The game introduces Dynamaxing, a form where it makes Pokemon increase the size under a certain condition, and also Gigantamax, which additionally changes the form of a certain Pokemon. And in the wild area, there's a large open world exploration area with free camera movement and contains co-op raid battles. These games were also reintroduced the features that were previously seen from Sun and Moon and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, such as regional forms and roaming Pokemon that were depicted in the overworld. When the decision to include all the pre-existing Pokemon in the game Sword and Shield were announced, it was met with backlash from a segment from the Pokemon fan community, resulting in a controversy known as Dexit, and calls for a boycott months ahead of the release. Despite this, the game still received generally positive reviews from the critics. Their particular praise was aimed at the creature design, new features, and emphasis on the simplicity, player freedom, and streamlined encounters. Although some criticized the game's smaller Pokédex, and perceived the lack of polish or depth. By March 2021, Sword and Shield had sold more than 21 million copies worldwide, becoming one of the fastest-selling games on the Nintendo Switch, and are currently the 5th best-selling games on the Switch. Other than that, they include 2 download contents expansions, one called the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. The Isle of Armor was released in June 17, 2020, and the Crown Tundra was released in October 22, 2020. The 2 game versions that contain both expansion packs were released November 6, 2020. The expansion passes include the legendary Pokemon Cubfu and its evolved form Urshifu in the Isle of Armor. And in the Crown Tundra, it revealed another legendary named Calyrex, along with new regional forms, including Slowpoke, and even the 3 legendary birds. Between both of the expansion packs, they add 200 pre-existing Pokemon that weren't included in Sword and Shield. The explorable area introduced in the Isle of Armor draws inspiration from the British Crown dependency area known as the Isle of Man, and the Crown Tundra was based on the United Kingdom world of Scotland. Anyway, that is all I can tell you about one of the best-selling and greatest Pokemon games ever released. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you like me to talk about more Pokemon stuff, write down in the comments below and see what you think. Click a thumbs up for a like, notify me, and don't forget to subscribe. Ponylover1989 signing off, and I will see you all in the next video.